Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 12th June 2023. My name is TSV Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. This is my spiritual vlog on YouTube. Haribol TRSV Nectar NECTAR Nectar. In this particular vlog, in all my previous videos, we have been discussing about the knowledge and information that we have gleaned through the study of spiritual books, scriptures, contemplation on the material universe, and meditation on the spiritual universe. This particular video in this vlog is no exception to that rule. It is only a continuation of what we have been doing in all my previous videos. Kindly subscribe to this vlog and press the bell icon so that I may keep reminding you of all my previous videos. So let us continue with our discussion for today. We have been talking about one saying that Swami Yogananda Paramhans of YSS Society of India did one day. He said that God is too complicated an entity to be reduced to a rule. In other words, we mere mortals cannot understand God. He is too much mentally and physically above us. How his brain works, we do not know. We cannot decide on what is right and what is wrong. There are cases where we thought that a person was right, but we found that that person had to go through a lot of grind, whereas another undeserving person, according to us, was quite successful. Whether the previous one was suffering or whether the latter was enjoying, we never knew till the end came. We have discussed in this matter the case history of one person called Osho or Bhagwan Rajneesh and his life story in my previous video. Today we will try to discuss about some other case histories to authenticate this particular proverb or saying. According to the records, there was one boy called Asumal Harpalani who was born in the province of Sindh in either the late 30s or the early 40s of the 20th century, and who, after partition, relocated to a city called Ahmedabad in Gujarat, in India. This was because after partition, his own home province of Sindh went to the newly constructed or activated country of Pakistan. It was a new entity and Sindh went to Pakistan. So this guy had to migrate to India because he was a Hindu. Now, this guy's father was a petty trader and businessman who dealt in wood and coal. This guy, who was almost never educated, joined his father in the business at an early age. However, because of his intelligence, cunning, unscrupulousness, avarice, and greed, he became a bootlegger in the then prohibited Ahmedabad or Gujarat area. In that process, he took some risk and made money hand over fist. This was an illegal job, but this guy succeeded in it very dramatically and his rise was quite fast. While doing this, this guy indulged in some other petty illegal activities also. However, it is here that the saying comes into force. Surprisingly, this guy who was speeding towards devilry in his lifetime came across a very revered God man. How this was possible is something that is not understandable by common men. This guy became a disciple of a very revered saint and God man, and under that person's tutelage, he learned some clairvoyant tricks. Being a very intelligent and unscrupulous person, this guy, after the demise of that godman, declared himself as a godman and established himself in the same city of Ahmedabad as Asaram Bapu. What is surprising is that mortals like us, ordinary human beings, were very impressed by this man's clairvoyant tricks and they became his ardent devotees and followers. His followers and devotees increased in size, so much so that very powerful people, business people, respectable people, political leaders, ministers, etc., could be counted in his list of ardent devotees and followers. When these people began bowing down in front of this unscrupulous person, the gullible and vulnerable public followed suit. Now, this man's business as a godman began. He began acquiring property and wealth all over the country, especially in North India. He had several centers, colleges, schools, and other property, plus acres and acres of very fertile land, etc. His followers were literally in millions, and lo and behold, they even included followers from other countries who were very impressed by his intelligence. No one could see the devil lurking behind his facade. This guy had no scruples. He was only using his own clout as a godman and exploiting the vulnerable public. In this process, he enjoyed sex with very many very young and gullible girls and boys, and even committed some murders of unknown children who could not protest against him, nor his their families could do so, and they looked on helplessly. However, the cup of woes of this man flowed over in the year 2012 or 2013 when one girl and her family took an initiative and lodged a complaint against him in Delhi and the city of Jodhpur in Rajasthan, India. This man was caught, tried, and imprisoned. The courts and the government were so appalled by his sheer devilry that they refused to give him any bail. In the year 2022 or 2023, he was finally sentenced to life imprisonment in some of his cases, including the murder charges. Now, this story looks quite simple, but actually, what intrigues the common man is how this could be possible. The topic of destiny and karma comes into fore in this regard. We find that there are several living entities who have a mixture of storage of karma known as sanchit karma in their psyche or in their unconscious memory. These guys take a slice of that particular sanchit karma to work out in a particular lifetime. This karma or this slice includes all good as well as bad things which these guys try to work out in a lifetime. Probably that is the reason why such guys as Asaram Bapu succeed in their nefarious activities and also get caught one day, imprisoned and sentenced. That is, positive karma and negative karma work together in the lifetime of a particular living entity. Here we come to know about the strangeness of God's psyche. He looks quite complicated, but we must not forget that we all are God's creations, and that includes this Asaram Bapu and people like him. Even the demonic living entities have been created by God Almighty, and so He is responsible to take care of the lives of people like Asa Ram Bapu also. It is another matter that their deeds make Common men like us suffer through a lot of pain and deprivation, plus frustration, failures, and anger. Yet it is a truth that He, that is God, grindeth slow, but He grindeth small. There is another proverb, nemesis, that is God's retribution, strikes even the most wary transgressor. Howsoever intelligent or cunning or capable a person may be, the fact remains that God and he or she himself or herself is the witness of his or her deeds. God has programmed every living entity in such a way that this person himself or herself, knowingly or unknowingly commits some mistake which makes this person fall down just like bees getting stuck in nectar. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this particular story and this particular subject. Please give me your own opinions, thoughts, and ideas plus views so that I may blend everything together for the sake of this society. Before concluding, let me remind you that I am also a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. Spiritualism happens to be my favorite subject. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.